In today's video, I'm going to review this flashlight brought to you by Wowtac. This is a 3650 lumens flashlight. Now, if you're a long-time subscriber, you may have noticed I've backed off a lot of the reviews. I used to have a lot of them, and there's a few reasons why I stopped doing that. One, I think it loses subscribers, and two, which is more important, I've become a lot more selective on what I review. And if it's something I don't like or it's not a good product, I just won't review it. That being said, I've had products sent to me that I did not like, and then I give the manufacturer the opportunity for me to either make a video somewhat bashing it or simply not make the video at all. But in this video, it's a product I like, so I decided to put it up. I also like to test things out, and I've only had this for about a week and a half, but that has been enough time for me to actually test it out. I've worn it to work for the last week with no issues whatsoever. But it is supported by ThruNite. And in the box you get the light itself, also included a lanyard which you can loop around the back of the light right here, 2 extra O-rings, and an extra cover for the USB. You also get a charging cord which plugs in right here. It's just a micro USB, has a rubber cover that covers it up. I don't have the charging cord pictured because it's upstairs currently. And then you get the instructions. Now, almost all of these lights function the same. The button on the Wowtac A5 happens to be right here. I like the placement of the button because it is small enough that you're not going to actually hit it, but it's very easily identified. Now we'll cycle through all the modes. The first mode is Firefly. Now, in order to activate the Firefly mode, you don't just turn it on. You actually have to hold the button down to turn it on, and then you have your Firefly mode. It's actually on. It's very, very low power, 0.3 lumens at 37 days. Hold it down once more. This will be our low output mode, which is 30 lumens for 46 hours. Hold it down once more. This will be our medium, which is 300 lumens for 10.2 hours. Hold it down once more. This is our high, which is 1750 lumens for up to 140 minutes. And then we will double click the button for our turbo, which is the 3650 lumens for up to 130 minutes. Click it twice again, and that is our strobe, which is 2100 lumens for up to 180 minutes. Access the battery. You unscrew the end cap, and right here is where the O-ring resides, so you have those 2 replacements. And here is the battery, which is included. It's a 5000 milliamp battery at 3.7 volts. I would like to mention one thing about the light. If you buy one of these and it doesn't work and you think it's defective, there's a good chance that it's not. The end piece here does twist a little bit, and if you twist it ever so slightly, it's not going to work. That's how I received mine. But I give it a little twist and now it works perfectly fine. It's very hard to turn, but for some reason I'm guessing in assembly it just did not get tightened all the way. As mentioned earlier, I've been using this for about a week, and so far I really like it. It's got a nice solid feel to it. It's almost the perfect size. I like the knurling. I've dropped it quite a few times, and so far no chips or anything like that. There is a little bit of the anodizing that's wearing off right here on the edge of the lanyard loop, but that's all I can find so far. The button placement again is perfect for what I'm using it for. I've seen some larger lights that have the button back here, and I don't prefer the button on the back on a larger light like this. Smaller lights, it's fine, but one of this size, it's perfect placement. Weighs in at 45 grams, and as far as the size, it is 4.5 inches on the nose. Now I want to do a small comparison test on the Wowtac A5 against another light, and the closest thing I have on hand right now would be an Olight Warrior. Maybe somewhat of an unfair comparison because this is only at 1500 lumens, but this is also $99. You can get this Wowtac for $49. I'll post a link in the description, which is located below the video, where you can purchase the A5 from Amazon. Okay, I'm out in my backyard filming on my iPhone. Unfortunately, it's not completely dark back here because the neighbor has his floodlight on. So first we will go through our Firefly light mode, which you probably can't even see. There we go. Next we'll go for our medium. We've got our high and our turbo. Now that is about 150 feet away, the shed. That's pretty awesome. Now this will be the O-Light in turbo mode. Again, 1500 lumens. Still pretty bright, but not quite as bright. The A5 pretty much lights up the entire backyard. As you can see, the A5 lights up the entire backyard. I was actually quite surprised. I know it is 3,650 lumens, but for such a small light, I wasn't expecting it to light up the entire backyard. And some of you may say the O-Light isn't a fair comparison. The only reason why it's really fair is because the A5 happens to be half the price. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post those below. Also, if you have an A5, I'd love to hear from you, just your experience with the light. I've had this for about a week and a half. I'd like to see long-term usage, somebody that's had it for, let's say, 6 months to a year. Also, as mentioned earlier, I will post an Amazon link in the description located below the video where you can purchase the A5 directly from Amazon. As always, thanks for watching.